Tommy V in Michigan. He was on fire this morning.
Okay, thank you, Tommy V in Michigan. Yes, sir. If you share my prayers.
Tommy V's on. Yeah, we'll jump over there.
Tommy V doing great stuff over there.
Ma'am at the jail, what is your name?
Shant King.
Okay. Thank you. Calling case prosecutor order number 24-17454, the matter Shant King. Counsel appears for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Christopher Sakeley, bond number 23248 with the Michigan Indigent Defense Council, representing Ms. King for purposes of arraignment only permission. Is that correct, Ms. King?
Yes.
Judge,
state your name again, ma'am.
Shant King.
Okay, counsel, how'd you like to proceed?
For purpose of arraignment, we waive formal reading the information. She would stand mute.
Okay, indicate that your client stands mute. I see court-appointed counsel was requested. Court-appointed counsel has been granted in this matter. Counsel, would you like to address bond?
Judge, she's 26 years old, mother of 2 children, ages 2 and 7. She has been residing at Street in Wixom for the past years. She's full-time employment as a disabled people. She has no mental or physical health problems. She's not on probation or parole anywhere. I believe this is her first offense. I would ask for a personal bond or a low cash bond.
Thank you, counsel. Bond will be in the amount of $3,000 cash, surety, no 10%. Based upon the allegations of an assault of nature, it gives the court some concern for the general safety of the public as well as the alleged victim in this matter. I'm also going to order that the defendant not have any direct or indirect contact with Justin Smith. Defendant will not return or go to the premises known as apartment 17211 in Wixom. Defendant will not assault, beat, molest, or in any way verbally harass, intimidate, or threaten any complaining witnesses. The defendant will personally appear for all court appearances, not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. And defendant should change her address or phone number. She needs to contact the court immediately of that. Defendant will not possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons. Defendant must contact pretrial services within 24 hours of her release. That's at the 52-1 District Court here in Novi. Pick up no new criminal activity while you're out on bond, and provide a valid address within 24 hours of your release from custody.
I have a question.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Now, ma'am, you were living at that Woodland Street address?
Yes. He don't stay there. I stay there.
Okay,
his name is on the lease. He left.
Okay,
All his stuff is gone.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I will allow you to go back to that. Yeah, hold on a sec. I will allow you to go back to that location. The Street, apartment 1721. One time and one time only, with a police escort. Only,
Even
let me
though
finish. Hold, I understand you. I'm gonna let you talk again. I heard what you said. Only to obtain minor property that you may have there. So one time and one time only with a police escort. Now, I do understand, and then I'm gonna get to your question in a minute. So first of all, let me ask you this before I take your question. Do you understand your bond conditions that I've read off?
Yes.
Okay. Let me give you your next court date before I take your question. Next court date is your probable cause conference. You'll get a copy of all of this. It's June the 10th of 2024 at 9:00 a.m. and you have an exam scheduled in this matter since it's a felony on June the 17th of 2024, also at 9:00 a.m., all in the 52-1 District Court here in Novi. Now, since you understand your bond conditions, and I understand you said that you reside there and you're on the lease, not him. Is that correct?
He's on the lease, but he does not stay there. He stays with his mother in Novi.
Okay.
And I stay.
Okay, this is what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to provide, let me see if there's an address listed for him in the complaint. Hold on one second. Okay, in the police report, they have Justin Smith residing at the same location where you're residing. I don't have any, okay, hold on a minute. I don't have any information in front of me, and it makes no difference is what I'm really trying to tell you, whether or not you could be the sole tenant there with your name on the lease and not his. But that's where the incident took place. And the court needs to know for certain that he's not living there. I can't make that determination today because I don't have any documentation in front of me saying he's not living there. When you come back to court on your next court date on June the 10th, if you have any documentation from anywhere or any source, you need to provide that to your attorney so that he can let the judge know that Mr. Smith isn't living at that residence. And then the judge will have the authority to allow you to go back there and be there. But I can't do it here because I have nothing in front of me. So other than that, best of luck to you, ma'am. You can go out the back and they'll let you out, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
You know, on the pretrial service report, it says he has since moved out and the two parties no longer reside together.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking at the okay, if she can come, if we can have the deputy bring her back in. They open up the door right now. I'll see if I can get her brought back in. I can change that. I'm looking at the pretrial services report. Deputy at the jail, can you come in for a minute? Deputy at the jail, can you come in for a minute?
What do you
Yes,
need?
I just had Ms. King in front of you. I'm gonna change something in her file. You can just let her know that based upon the pretrial services report, that they have Mr. Justin Smith listed at a different address, and she will be allowed to return to her home as long as he is not present there.
Okay.
Just let her know she can. Just let her know she can return home. If you have her, you can bring her back in. Otherwise, if she's still available, you can bring her back in.
Let me bring her in. Just
Sure.
you can just into this room right here. Yep, you can pull that open. Give me 1 second, sir.
Yeah, not a problem. Okay, so I looked at another report. It looks like Justin Smith may have moved out according to the pretrial services report. So this is what the conditions are. You can go back to apartment 17211 unless Justin Smith has, as long as Justin Smith has left that apartment and is not living there, okay?
He left. He took all his stuff yesterday. When I went back,
Then you're
everything was
gonna,
gone.
then you're gonna be all set. I'm just trying to keep you from being in violation of your bond conditions. So
I know.
I have lifted that condition. You can return to the Woodland Street address if Justin Smith has moved out. You're all set, okay?
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate you.
Okay.
Mr. Lensen, you can come out here. You can just stand by the door. I'll get it unlocked for you in just a second.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, at the jail, what is your name?
Aaron Michael Lensen.
Okay, calling case prosecutor order number 24-17451 in the matter of Aaron Michael Lensen. Counsel appearance for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Christopher Sakely, bond number 23248, representing Aaron Michael Lensen for purposes of arraignment only with his permission. Is that correct, Mr. Lensen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Lensen, state your full name for the record.
Aaron Michael Lensen.
Okay. Counsel, how would you like to proceed?
For purpose of arraignment, we will waive formal reading. He would stand mute.
Okay. 1 second here. I'll indicate that your client stands mute. Court-appointed counsel has been requested and granted in this matter. Counsel, would you like to address bond?
Yes, Judge. He's 43 years old, married. He's got one biological child, age 15. Past 10 years, he's lived at 4940 Summerhill Drive in Clarkston. He currently receives a Social Security disability benefits. He's not under any form of community supervision, does not have a history of failing to appear, nor a history of violence. There's one other factor with Mr. Lensen. He had brain surgery and he has medication. He finally had his family bring the medication to the jail for him, but they're not giving it to him when he's supposed to get it. So based on all those facts, I would respectfully ask for a personal bond so he can get the correct medication he needs for this recent brain surgery. If you look at the top of his head, you can see the surgical spots. So I would respect the bond so he can get the proper treatment.
Okay, thank you, counsel. Does not appear to have any prior failed to appears. He does have 8 prior convictions as an adult. I'm not certain of the medication, but I will address it in a moment. Okay, bond will be in the amount of 500 cash surety, no 10%. The defendant will not have any direct or indirect contact with the complaining witness, Megan Lensen, Lenzen. I believe that is his wife. The defendant will not return to the premises known as 49 Drive in Clarkston, Michigan. However, I will allow the defendant to return to that residence if he bonds out one time and one time only with a police escort, and only with a police escort. The defendant will not assault, beat, molest, in any way verbally harass, intimidate, or threaten any witnesses in this matter. Personally appear for court appearances. Do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court, and immediately notify the court in writing if you should change your address. You need to provide the court with a valid address within 24 hours of your release, so we know where to get mailed to you as far as your upcoming court dates. The defendant will not possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons, and pick up no new criminal offenses while you're out on bond. This matter will be heard in the 52-2 District Court in Clarkston. Sir, do you understand your bond conditions in this file?
Yes, I do. May I ask a question?
Sure.
Me and my wife have, since our relationship started.
Well, hold on a minute. I want to make sure you don't say, as long as it's not about the facts of the case, because it looks like you were.
It is
You were
not.
saying something about your wife. Go ahead. It's up to counsel if you can complete. I'm not sure where you're going with this. I just want you to protect your rights here.
Mr. Lensen, I don't think you should speak about anything.
Okay, I will follow my attorney's advice. Thank you.
Then you're all set. You're all set, young man. You can just go out the back there.
So I just call to make arrangements for my bond, and I find some place to go, notify you guys.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's it.
Yep.
Okay.
So you understand your bond conditions, correct?
Yes. Yes, sir. I do.
Okay, sure. You're all set. Best of luck to you. Have the deputies let you out. They'll let you out the back. Good luck to you, sir.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Sir, at the jail, what is your name, sir?
Mark L. Myers.
Okay, thank you. Calling case prosecutor order number 24-17443 in the matter of Mark Leonard Myers. Counsel appearance for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christopher Sakely, bar number 23248, representing Mark Leonard Myers for purposes of arraignment only with his permission. Is that correct, Mr. Myers?
That's correct.
Okay, state your full name again, sir, for the record.
Mark Leonard Myers.
Thank you very much. Counsel, how would you like to proceed?
He would waive formal reading and mute.
Okay. Thank you, counsel. Indicate that your client stands mute. Court-appointed counsel has been granted in this matter. Would you like to address bond?
Thank you, Judge. Does not appear that he's on probation or parole anywhere. He's 62 years old. He's got 3 adult children. He's been residing at 1180 Maple Heights in White Lake for the past 2 years. He's collecting Social Security disability payments with physical health problems.
Okay, thank you, counsel.
Not on probation or parole. And I don't think there's any history of failing to appear, although he does have a prior history.
And the court's main concern is that there was a firearm involved. The allegations are in that there was some type of incident where the gun was actually fired during this felony that the defendant is charged with. I think there was another firearm charged back in 2018. So that does give the court some concern about general danger to the public, as well as any potential victims in this matter. Court's going to set a bond of $7,000 cash surety, no 10%. It's allegations of drinking that alcohol may have contributed to the factor. So based on that, I'm going to order the defendant test 2 times a week for alcohol and drugs as well.
I have no means of.
The defendant will not have any direct or indirect contact with the complaining witness, Timothy James Snyder, SNYDER. The defendant will not return to the premises known as White Lake. The defendant will not assault, beat, molest, or in any way verbally harass, intimidate, or threaten any witnesses in this matter. Personally appear for all court appearances. Do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court, sir. Immediately notify the court in writing of any change of address or phone number. Do not possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons. I've already indicated you're to test 2 times a week for alcohol and drugs. You must contact pretrial services within 24 hours of your release. That's at the 52-2 District Court in Clarkston. Pick up no new criminal activity or offenses while you're out on bond. And make sure you provide the court with a valid address within 24 hours of your release. Your next court date, sir, is going to be June the 10th, and you'll get a copy of all of this. It's going to be June 10th of 2024 at 9:00 a.m. And then after that, you have another court date, which is your exam date, which is going to be June 17th of 2024 at 9:00 a.m. Other than that, do you understand what I've read off to you? Do you understand your bond conditions?
Yeah, it just sounds like I can't possibly do what you're asking.
No, I'm not asking you that yet. I'm gonna let you get to your question. I see. All right. Do you understand what I've read off to you? You understand your bond conditions, right? Okay.
Yes.
Now, if it's okay, Now, if you have any questions that I can help you with or your attorney can help you with, I'm not going to restrict you, but just make sure you don't mention anything about the case itself, and then I'll allow you to speak. I don't want you to say anything because everything's being recorded and we're not here to address the allegations. So other than that, if you have any questions, it's okay with me as long as it's okay with your attorney.
I don't think it's a good idea, Mr.
Myers.
Okay, best of luck to you, sir, unless you
I'll do it.
you can go out.
Attorney.
Okay, you can go out the back door there. They'll let you out.
Okay.
Best of luck, sir. Okay, calling, sir, what is your name?
My name is Lawrence Charles Powell III.
Thank you. Calling case prosecutor order number 24-17447 in the matter of Lawrence Charles Powell III. Counsel appearance for the record, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Christopher Sakeley, number 23248 with the Michigan Indigent Defense Council, representing Mr. Powell for purposes of arraignment only with his permission. Is that correct, Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Okay, sir, state your full name again.
Lawrence Charles Powell III.
Okay, thank you. Counsel, how would you like to proceed?
For purposes of arraignment, Judge, formal reading of the information, he would stand mute.
Court will enter it. We'll enter that your client stands mute in this offense. I see he's requested court-appointed counsel. Court-appointed counsel will be granted in this matter as well. Would you like to address bond?
Thank you, Judge. He's 32 years old. I believe child on the way, according to the pretrial services report. He's homeless for the past 2.5 months, but he's got full-time employment at Perfection Making as a mechanical engineer for the past 1.5 years, last working on Sunday, May 26th of this year. I reported completion of some college. He has, he's not on probation or parole or any type of community supervision, but it appears he may have some warrants and pending matters. I would ask the court for a low cash bond.
Thank you, counsel. Sir, are you, have you moved on? Are you?
That is my last residence. Currently.
You're not living there now. You're not living there now. Is that correct?
No, sir.
Okay, where are you living?
I was living out of my vehicle, trying to work and save some money for a place.
I understand. I understand. So the court does have some concern about the allegations in themselves being of a violent nature, and that's in both counts 1 and 2. You do lack stable residency. You have outstanding warrants out for you. You have over 20, approximately 20 failed to appears in your criminal history. So it looks like you have some issues showing up to court. So that's what gives the court some concern.
What was going on.
I'm sorry?
I didn't know that was going on. I haven't been on the run. I've been where I've been. So I didn't know I had those warrants or that I had any failure to repairs because I have a stable job. I go to work every day. If they were looking for me, they could have came and got me. I wasn't running from nobody.
Okay. Appreciate that. I don't think the police want to make a habit of coming looking for somebody and create some circumstances that aren't beneficial to anyone. So it's always best to maybe consider turning yourself in on those matters.
I just really need my job, man. Today is the last day I can make my job. My job benefits the plaintiff too. Is how we take care of each other. Like she.
Okay. Well, let me go over some of the conditions. Let me go over some of the conditions then before I address bond. You will not have any direct or indirect contact with the complaining witness, Destiny Gray, or any children of Destiny Gray. You will not return to any premises where Destiny Gray resides. You will not assault, beat, molest, or in any way verbally harass, intimidate, or threaten any witnesses in this matter. Personally appear for all court appearances. Do not leave the state of Michigan, sir, without permission of the court. Immediately notify the court in writing of any change of address or phone number. Do not possess, you will not, shall not possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons. And pick up no new criminal offenses while you're out on bond. Okay, now, before I get to your bond, do you understand the bond conditions that I just read off to you, first of all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna set a bond in this matter. We need to get you back in court soon. Your bond will be an amount of 2,000 cash surety, no 10%. Okay, so you're all set, sir. And you understand your bond conditions, correct?
Yeah, but
You understand your bond conditions? I'm gonna take your question. I just wanna make sure you understand your bond conditions again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, did you have a question for the court?
Yes, I can't afford.
Let me say this, do not talk about the facts of this case. Now, I'm not quite sure if you really want to say anything. I'm gonna leave it up to you and your attorney to make that decision. I don't want to be involved in that. So if it's okay with your attorney, you can go ahead.
I don't think you should say anything, Mr. Powell.
I just wanted to know what happens if I can't afford that.
You will stay in custody until your next court date.
When is that?
And I don't have that date in front of me. You'll get that date at the jail. You'll get your next court date at the jail, and then the deputies will make sure that you will appear in court at your next court date. So other than that, go ahead.
One more question for you, Judge.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
My job is a high paying job. I will be able to afford to pay for the court if I keep my job. If I don't make it back to work, they're gonna take my job. I will be fired. It won't help anybody. No one's gonna get paid because I won't be able to afford it.
Yeah, I understand, sir. I can only leave your bond as it is and wish you the best of luck at this time. So best of luck to you. And you can walk out the back there and they'll let you out, okay?
Can it go 10%?
No, I'm sorry, sir. You're gonna have to just take off at this time, okay? Good luck to you. That's all I can do.